In Nigeria, the business of illegal mining has been a major problem within the extractive industry. And Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State has attributed the recent explosion in the state to illegal mining around the Bodija region of the state. And joining me now to discuss how we can curb the business of illegal mining is a legal practitioner who has done extensive research in the area of how Nigeria as a country can curb this issue or this problem. I am joined now by Dr. Olujobi JOSHUA. Thank you for joining us on the program this morning.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you so much.
Okay, let's start off.
God bless you,
Let's start off with the events from Oyo State, an unfortunate event that happened within the state. And the governor, like I rightly stated, has attributed the issue to illegal mining within the Bodija region. What do you make of this event in Oyo State?
Thank you so much. This is a serious national shame. It's an issue that must be addressed holistically, calling for reform of our extractive legal framework. Hence the need for stakeholders in the society to wake up to their task, the regulatory authority, to combat this menace. It has become an eyesore, a menace that is threatening Nigeria's economy, our environment, our health, and the society at large. Federal government needs to do something to combat this menace, to put an end to these activities. How long are we continue to do this? And this occurred due to failure of the executive, of the federal government to prioritize the need to combat illegal mining activities in the country.
Well, talking about illegal mining activities, like you have rightly stated, this has gone on for an unfortunate long number of years now. For instance, there has been conversations around illegal mining within the Zamfara State region, which is popular for gold mining. There is also conversations around illegal mining of sand in Niger State. Let's talk about the regulatory aspect now. How or what are the regulations behind the mining sector and mining operations in Nigeria? You are a legal practitioner, like I stated at the beginning. So what regulations back the mining and extractive industry in Nigeria?
I believe it's a lacuna, flaw on the part of the regulatory authority to do their job. Hence the need for reform of the legal framework regulating mining in Nigeria. There's a need for the activities of these miners to be in line with the best standard, global best practices, to mitigate the harm to the environment, health, and to promote revenue, to ensure the activities is sustainable. The federal government needs to wake up to their responsibility to reform this legal framework, combating illegal mining activities in Nigeria. Not just mere window dressing exercise. The regulatory authority need to do their job to deter this. They need to prioritize the need to combat illegal mining activities.
Okay, let's talk now about the environmental damage as well as the economic losses that illegal mining can cause a country such as Nigeria. I understand that beyond like what we just saw with regards to the explosion that's damaged a lot of property, there are some environmental damages that illegal mining can cause. Can we run through that before we move on to the economic losses?
Yes. The environmental impact is enormous, it's significant. It's not something we can quantify. The adverse effect to the aquatic lives, to human health, to the environment, even the economy. Look at the significant loss that people have suffered in Ibadan. Many people have lost their source of income. Many people have lost their loved ones. Many people have lost their properties. The government needs to wake up to do their job, to put an end to this. Our laws, our legal framework need to be enforced with stringent sanctions to serve as deterrence to those who are participating in these illegal mining activities.
Okay, you touched on how sanctions should be put into place. To be fair now, on the side of the government, I understand that sometime 2 months ago, we had seen the Minister of Solid Minerals and Development in the person of Dele Aleke, where he revoked about 1,800 licenses for because of illegal mining that was carried out by some of these operators. What else would you suggest the government put in place to, suspend or some form of reprimand to these miners within the Nigeria's mining space?
Thank you so much. There's a need for us student mayor to serve as deterrence to those who are participating in these illegal mining activities. The federal government must ensure that there's a need for reform. There's a need to overhaul the legal framework combating illegal mining activities in Nigeria, in conformity with the best global standard and best practices. And there's a need for security of the mining area to ensure that the mine areas are secure to prevent threat of banditry and other security risks. There's a need for utilization of technology, current sophisticated modern technology to survey the mine area with potential of mineral resources need to be guided using drones and other modern technologies to combat these illegal activities and to ensure that mining activities is profitable, is highly competitive, and to earn more revenue for the federal government. The government must wake up. We have been doing a lot of window dressing activities. All we are doing is explain to the gallery that thousands of these miners are here, thousands of miners are here. We need to wake up, not just mere having the laws in our books. The law needs to be enforced stringently. Law must not be used as a mere window dressing activities. The law must be enforced stringently. We must enforce our laws stringently with stringent sanctions.
There are a lot of complexities around the mining industry. I say this because I've been in groups of conversations where most people would attribute the problem of illegal mining to high poverty, high unemployment, and other macroeconomic issues that are not doing so well. Do you share the same sentiment?
Yes, I believe there's a lot of complexity. There's corruption. There's rent-seeking activities. There are some big guns, like cream, who are supporting these illegal miners. If the federal government wants to enforce the law, nothing will stop the federal government from doing so. But hence the need for us to wake up to our responsibility. We need to enforce these laws stringently with stringent sanctions. And regulatory authorities need to do their best. They need funding, they need technology, they need capacity. There's a need for capacity building. They need the right peg in the right hole. The regulatory authority, even the minister itself, I know him, he's a reputable person, he's a man of high integrity. He needs to do more. Not just mere shouting on pages of newspaper or on TV. He needs to go to these places, to go and see things for himself, to have the first-hand information to combat this illegal mining. The regulatory authority needs to be given prosecutorial power to prosecute these illegal miners. Not just mere shouting without doing anything. And they need modern technologies to do this. They need modern technologies to carry out their work, regulatory oversight. Government must do something. It is high time. So that the federal government can realize not less than 7 trillion from the mining sector. It will boost the economy of the country. It will increase our revenue. It will promote job opportunities. It will promote work, employment opportunity, and it will also do a lot for us. It will promote diversification of our economy.
Doctor, we are aware that you have done quite an extensive research on curbing illicit mining. So now give us practical steps that can be taken to reinforce the regulatory framework and also to improve the current legislation that Nigeria has.
Thank you so much. My practical suggestion is there's a need for reform of the Nigerian Extractive Act 2007. This law needs to be reformed in conformity to global best practices to combat these illegal activities. The law needs to embrace technology, modern technology that will serve as deterrence to illegal miners. And there's a need for government to encourage this, bring about these miners, ask them, encourage them by giving them incentive, tax holiday, empower them, give them licenses, legitimize their activities to promote job opportunities, to increase revenue for the federal government, and to combat what? Security threats, such as banditry. Government must do something. I believe those behind this thing are more than what they are telling us. They know those behind it. I believe they are not being sincere with themselves. If they are being sincere, if the government want to cop illegal miner, government will cop it. Government know what to do. Some of these stakeholders, they know what to do. But the fact that they are not being sincere, that's why we are where we are today. Regulatory authorities need to do more than mere window dressing activity, as I said earlier. They need to wake up and combat this illegal miner. We are sitting on the gun, on the keg of gunpowder. We must do something. We must combat them. We must beat them. It must serve a deterrence to others in society. The government must wake up to their responsibility and put in the right peg in the right hole, and they must build capacity in the mining sector. And there's a need for an enlightenment too. They need to enlighten the citizen on the adverse effects, on the environmental impacts of the activities of these illegal miners.
There has been a lot of conflicting views with regards to artisan mining. What are your views on this? There has been a lot of conflicting views from diverse people about that, as to how much of an impact, negative and positive, it can have on the Nigerian economy. But let's hear from you. What are your views on artisan mining?
Thank you so much. This is where I'm going to. Artisan miners need to be encouraged. Small-scale miners are what promotes the economy. They need to encourage them by giving them a license, give them tax incentive, and the government must stop this double taxation from the federal government and the state government. The issue of mining is purely reserved for the federal government by virtue of provision of section 44 sub 3, item 39 of this exclusive legislative list. Section 4, sub 1 to 3 of the Nigerian Constitution as amended give exclusive jurisdiction in respect of mining to the federal government. And the National Assembly has exclusive power to legislate on mining as stated under Section 4, sub 1 to 3 of Nigerian Constitution as amended. The state government the federal government also must encourage these artisans. We need to license their activities. We need to give them tax holidays, tax incentive, and we need to make the environment conducive for them. And there's a need for the federal government to provide them security. The mining area need to be secure from banditry. Government need to encourage them, not just arresting them, encourage them, legitimate their activities.
Well, let's hope
bring them on board,
those at the helm of
synthesize them on what they need to do.
Well, let's hope that those at the helm of affairs are listening, and that these artisan miners will be brought to the table, and conversations around licensing and the likes will be discussed. Intensive conversation there with legal practitioner Olujobi JOSHUA. Thank you for joining us on Business Daily.
Thank you for inviting me. God bless you exceedingly.
And this is where we draw the curtains on today's edition of the program Business Daily, coming to you on Trust TV. We will be back again with you tomorrow by the same time. But let's join the conversation on social media, and let's hear your thoughts on the mining and the extractive industry as a whole, and what government can do to, reduce or stop completely the issue of illegal mining within the Nigerian business space. For now, we will be going, but we will be back again with you tomorrow. My name is Chiamaka Nendu. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.